Hello, everyone. Like many people, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. I've compiled a list of the 5 most overrated music acts. Didn't want to go too far back because I'm sure there's a lot of bad music from back in the day, but I wanted to stick with like the 90s onward. So I want to start with number 5, and there's a little title song that I started with. Number 5 on the list is Counting Crows. I will never understand, and this is part of the curiosity aspect of what I do in the show. I will never understand for the life of me what the appeal was with Counting Crows. I know that there's a big following. I know people, they're still touring. I know people still go to their concerts and all that stuff. It just baffles me that people are still into this group. I will never understand the appeal of the Counting Crows. Number 4, Nickelback. Now, this is not something that I invented. This is something that's been in the general music sphere for decades, I think, since they've been around. Nickelback is just one of the worst cringe bands I think I've ever heard in my life. Number 3 is Eminem. Eminem is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the worst hacks I've ever listened to. I've tried to listen to him going way back to the 90s. I think there was maybe a second or two when I actually listened to his songs, but he's crass. He's not that good. I mean, I know that there are people say he's talented, and that I think I think he's old as the devil, honestly. I don't get why people like Eminem. I will never understand. Number 2, John Legend. Talk about a hack. This guy is, I will never understand why anybody listens to John Legend. I think there's one upside to the whole phenomenon of John Legend and why he's even, I don't even know why people talk about him, honestly. But there is one good thing about the whole aspect of John Legend. You can go anywhere. You can go to a restaurant, you can go to the mall, you can go to wherever where they play music, and you will never hear a John Legend song. I mean, I'm being very serious here. I think that's the only upside to the whole idea of John Legend. The guy is an absolute hack. I'm so thankful that, really there's, they don't really play him anywhere. So that's kind of good. Now, before I get to the number 1 most overrated music act, there are 2 honorable mentions that I want to talk about. The first one being Foo Fighters. Now, let's be real. Everyone who loves music, every musician who's out there listening, let's be real. David Grohl is great. We all loved him in Nirvana. I think if it weren't for Nirvana, there would be no David Grohl. And if there were no David Grohl, there would be no Foo Fighters. Let's just be honest about it. I think they make decent music. I don't think that they're all that great. I never really found their music that appealing. When they put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I thought that was kind of like, God, that's just, no. They're just not at that level, honestly. I know they get a lot of radio play. I know they tour. I know David Grohl is a great guy. I mean, I'm not dogging David Grohl. Okay. I just want to make that clear, but I don't think the Foo Fighters deserve that kind of high mantra. And if it weren't from Nirvana, they wouldn't have earned it. I honestly believe that. And if you disagree, please feel free to drop a comment and tell me why you think, if it weren't for Nirvana, why you think the David Grohl and Foo Fighters would still be the big, headlining act that they are. I don't think that would be the case. And my second honorable mention is Miley Cyrus. I honestly, here's another person I think who kneels at the altar of Satan. I don't get the appeal. I mean, man, when she was younger, I get it. The whole Hannah Montana thing. I was not. This is weird to me, but I know that there's that generation that grew up with her, and that's probably where a lot of this comes from. But I honestly don't think she's all that. I don't think she's that great. I really don't. I mean, can she sing? I guess, but she's drunk half the time, and she sounds like someone who's drunk. She sounds like somebody who's drank so much wine and smoked so many cigarettes. I mean, she sounds horrible for a young woman. Is she an attractive woman? I don't know, I guess, but I don't know if her music really appeals to anything that I don't. I think she's extremely overrated. I think she's been riding the coattails of Hannah Montana way too long, and people should just let her go. Just let her go. And now we're up to the number 1 most rated music act, according to JV Torres. and that happens to be Green Day. Green Day, I mean, anyone who loves punk, anyone who loves rock and roll, can't possibly be serious that Green Day is actually a good rock or punk act. No one in their right mind actually believes this. I think they have their legions of fans and there are people that like their songs, but I think that one album they had said it best. I mean, it was the title of the album was Dookie. I mean, their music is such crap to me. It's like there's just nothing appealing to me about Green Day. Green Day is just a cringe band. They're just horrible. I think they're all about antics. They're all about this whole showmanship. The singer is what, Billy Joel or whatever his name is. Billy Joe, whatever his name is. I just don't think they're that great. I know that they're another one that got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I know that they have their legions of fans, and that's great. I mean, if you like Green Day, more power to you. I'm just looking at it from a music point of view. I just don't think they're that good musically. I think they're overrated. And if you like them, they hit a strike chord with you, great. I mean, more power to you. But I put them as the number one most overrated music act for a reason. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this. I haven't, one of the things that I did when I was putting together this list is I purposely didn't go on any other sites or listen to any other YouTubers talk about most overrated acts. I didn't want any of their opinions to influence mine. But I will probably do that now at the end of all this, because I just want to see just how in alignment I might be with other music critics around the country and around the world. Anyways, drop a comment and if you feel the need to, and tell me why you disagree or agree with any of the people that I mentioned on this list. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me on this most overrated music acts. I think I'll try to do a couple more, most of or whatever kind of list. I think those kinds of videos, people enjoy that because there's always a dialogue that transpires as a result. So anyway, I'll see you on the next one. God bless. Take care.
New Kingdom Radio Theatre.